issue because let me explain this. When you don't get a lot of sex from women, now they can leverage sex over you. And when they can leverage sex over you, you start to prioritize them over your mission, over your success, over your goals. Understand? That's bad. That's really stupid. That's bad. This is why it's important for you to be able to deal with many chicks or to have been dealt with many chicks before. The reason why this is important is because it puts you in a position where you're not overly concerned about her because you can replace her. This is why I've said many times for you guys now that I want you guys to spin plates. I want you guys to fuck with a lot of girls. None of this relationship shit. That shit, those days are over. You're selling yourself short as a man if you want to just have this one relationship for the long term. Yes, it's ideal. Yes, it would be cool, but we're not living in a time where that really makes sense anymore. These bitches are not holding up their end of the bargain anymore. So it's a bad position for you. You're putting yourself in an extreme disadvantage. If you've dealt with a lot of chicks before, now women can't control you anymore. They can't leverage sex over you. Because let's be real, the only reason why we as guys, especially when we're ambitious and want to achieve shit, we deal with chicks is for sex. We don't really give a fuck about what else they got going on. Keep it a complete and utter stack. We'd rather just hang out with the homies. When it comes to sex, though, of course, yes, we want to go deal with girls. But outside of that, we do not give a fuck. So with that being said, you want to make sure you deal with chicks enough to where sex doesn't matter to you anymore. You don't have to care about it, right? It doesn't necessarily mean, yes, you have to sleep with 50 girls, 20 girls, 100 girls. It could be a couple. It could be 10. It could be 10 or 20. But you just needed to have dealt with enough chicks before to the point that you're not overly concerned about sex. Because now what can you do if you're not overly concerned about sex? Focus on your goals. Focus on doing the work you need to do. Focus on reaching the peak of your power as a man. Because it takes focus to do those things. And when women just end up being a distraction. If you haven't dealt with them a lot. Do you guys understand? The more you deal with women, the less you're going to care about sex. And if you care about sex a lot less, you'll focus on your goals a lot more. Understand? This is also why I say, like, you want to have 2 months out of like a year in which you are dealing with chicks and talking to a lot of girls. 2 months out of the entire year. Obviously, you're spending the entire 12, the entire 10 months of your year just focusing on your goals only. You're just grinding. And then you have 2 months where you relax and fuck around with chicks. This is way as you're building up your success, you're not putting yourself in a position where you're just building up your success and then boom, you marry some dumb thought and then she takes half your shit after. Dumb. It's very stupid. You want to get experience with women as you're building up your success. Obviously, like I just said, it's like 10% of your year in which you do that. And then the other 90% is just grind. So now as you build your success and become more successful, you've dealt with chicks before. You have no problem. You know what I'm saying? You have no problem with them. They can't manipulate you. They can't control you. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to control your life. This way you constantly stay at your peak forever as a man. These bitches are no longer coming into your life and adding a shit ton of value. So you just need to understand them so they can't manipulate you for you to be able to lose your value, right? Because the minute you start listening to a woman, that's the minute that your success starts dropping. Understand? So this is why it's important for you to deal with many chicks and to spin plates and have fucked with a lot of girls, as you're building your success, because it puts you in a position where, okay, bitches can't control me anymore. So I'll be able to maintain my success for the long term.